Why, hello there, fellow butchers. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress. Episode 24. Slaying a bull reindeer for a pet project. Farm. Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of pigtails. Alright, food. We were looking at prepared meals. It has definitely gone up. $3.29. So now we just want to boost their drinks. Make sure the booze flows. But I do see that the still is working. Now the other thing is the empty pots. I don't have any. So we're looking for barrels that are made of stone. And I've got tons. Right? Like this shale pot is a barrel made of stone. So why isn't it being put where it needs to be put? Furniture. So there's no barrels that are allowed in this stockpile. So these should be hauled up to the still, but they just haven't been. I'll have to tinker with that. Because I don't want my brewers... Because we have all the plump helmets right here. If I had all the pots right here, it'd be really, really easy to, like, increase throughput. Are you guys... Oh, we have both petitions. So, Paddleskin, you are approved. Now, the other one, Tongues Glowing, is... this guy. Axe Dwarf. 29-year-old Axe Dwarf who's competent. Do we approve this next petition? And I think I have another petition that's about to be asked, which is Vetter Kriminar, or whatever, the Sword Dwarf that just showed up. Okay, the smelter is definitely doubling up the bills, which is great. Where did we just... Oh, yeah. We just got access to even more cavern. And you can actually see... he hasn't killed anything. But he is down here trying to monster slay. So I'm just... let's actually track him. Oh no, he's coming back up. Hey JD, happy Thursday to you too. Alright, yet another approved petition. So we have 4 long-term residents helping to slay monsters. The booze for tavern is a little dry right now. I'm going to shrink the booze for dining. So that we can spill over to the tavern and haul it proper. Oh, and Moral Target Castles is asking, that's definitely a dwarf name. So that's this sword dwarf. So petition number 5. Alright, taking a look at the prepared meal, kitchen stuff. There's still a lot left to cook. Oh, the egg yolks can be cooked. Did the elves gift that to us? I don't recall, I don't recall harvesting it, but whatever. We'll cook it up. One more minute to vote on this petition. There we go. Look at the smelter bills now. They're actually active. That's what I'm talking about. And we're continuing to make armor, so let's update. We got another helmet. These bill work order changes should help with the with getting everyone equipped. Ideally, hopefully. Alright, moral. You are going to get bedroom number 5. So we have a military and a non-military, and they're working in conjunction to suppress the dangers of the cavern. I like it. Because you never know when things are going to get wonky down there, right? Alright, Dazan ended a mandate. That mandate was the restriction of exporting crossbows, which is good, because I have some crossbows I actually want to sell. You know, some copper ones. Now, the difference of a copper one and a steel one is almost nothing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the steel crossbows just help you bash people in the face with your crossbows better. That, like, functionally speaking, it's not much of a difference. But, with that said, if we ever get stuck in melee combat, I'd rather have a steel one than a copper one. Why is Adel, invisible? You're wearing a cloak? You're marching into Mordor? Like, what's going on there, bud? Why ain't you bodied? He's... he's not corporeal. Okay, well, whatever. You're magic. Got it. Ooh, we already have this already carved. Alright, let's carve the other one. I should probably set this as a 7, because it's really not a high priority thing for us to do. But trying to get ahead of what they will ask for future petitions. And I can also do another guild hall. Same sort of concept. I might as well just dig this one out as well. I like the idea of, like, going into a guild hall and taking off your shoes and shirt. It's like you read the sign backwards of, like, no shoes, no shirt, no service. And you're like, oh man, I want service, so I better take off my shoes and shirt. Zolbun, why did you do this? Because it had some badger blood on it? And you were like, you know, I bet I could make this place smell like feet. Alright. We have been tracking drinks. Is it getting better? 368. I think it's going in the right direction. And then plants, we have plenty to brew, I'm assuming. Lots of barley, and really it's the plum helmets I'm interested in. 400 plum helmets. Yeah, it's not like we're lacking at that. Now, what is going on with the empty pots? Why can we not get pots here? Is it because I am not allowing barrels? Maybe that's it. But if they're empty, I don't know. Because I think that's probably the bottleneck, is having to go grab pots every time you want to brew. Oh, okay. Yeah, it must be because I wasn't allowing barrels. Because now there's definitely an empty shell pot right there, ready to go. And there's booze ready for the tavern. And meals ready for the tavern. That's what I like to see. That we, you know, are offering our long-term residents actual food and booze. Because otherwise, they're not going to be able to get their stamina up. Alright, the ridiculously labor-intensive demand of furniture for every bedroom being met. What's funny is the last one I did was like, maybe the last one will be the mayor's. This crown is worth, oh my good god, 20k, which is half of our colonies. No, not. Our created wealth is 175k. So it is more than a tenth of our total wealth is in this shell crown. This is a shell crown. All craft door ship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with hands of round shale, cabochons, and badger bone. This object menaces with spikes of giant cave spider silk. So menacing spikes of silk. Interesting. On the item is an image of a round, brilliant cut gems in sheep leather. It sounds awful. It sounds gaudy and awful, but whatever. On the image is an image of Damas tunneled metal, the dwarf and dwarves in ruby. Damas tunneled metal is surrounded by the dwarves. So, okay. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Damas tunneled metal to the position of the Baron of the Relic of Cress in 56. On the image is the image of Vukar shot drums, the dwarf of the dwarves in naked mole dog leather. Vukar shot drums is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Vukar shot drums in the position of the Count of the Relics of Cress in 56. So it shows the rise of two noblemen. Or women. I don't know their genders. Interesting. It's a hell of a crown. It is. It is quite an expensive little thing. And then as a result, the quality of the bedroom that room offers now is probably obscene. It's what is this, the grand. It's a grand bedroom now. There's probably a different way of showing that. What is it? Places, locations, zones. Mayor bedroom. I am also very curious if the long-term residents are killing stuff. So, Histek. Military. Kills 0. Yeah. Okay. So far so good. I'm glad I checked. Let's find some others. Cause you know, are they earning their keep? Is there an easy way to sort professions? Is it like a Monster Hunters? No, because they're like sword dwarves, axe dwarves. Were we raided? No, we weren't. We didn't get any raids. I'm just checking if our monster hunters have been hunting monsters, which I'm not entirely certain they have been. So, Emtha, let's check you. Have you killed anything ever? No, you haven't. Maestdwarf, have you? No. Sworddwarf, have you? No. They've basically just come here to, like, pray in my temple and do nothing else. Even though the cavern is technically open now, it's probably a pathing issue more than anything else that they physically just can't get to, can't get to things worth killing, I'm assuming. Is there any new monster meat in the kitchen? Well, that would be really hard to measure because I bought a whole bunch of weird meat. No, there is no meat in the kitchen at all. To answer your question rapidly. But the entire cavern floor is open and pathable. So, you know, if there's stuff to be killed, hypothetically, they can kill it. Darzan, you have a ban on what? Crossbows, again! What is your deal with crossbows? You're like the I don't know, the Smeagol of crossbows. My precious. Alright, we've got 2/3 in armor now. More or less, for our axe dwarves. Got some temples that are ready. Things are going well. I think drinks have gone up to 403. So if our pop is like, let's round up to 80. That's 320 drinks a season. So we just have to keep up with that. We just have to make sure not to run out of drinks. I think, was my work order threshold? Let's do... up to 1280 drinks, which is like 4 seasons worth of drinks. And then 80 times 2 times 4, so 640 meals. So, like, yeah, it's a lofty goal, but I think it's doable. And if I have to make more stills and more bills for the stills, that's fine. I can have an extra brewery over here dedicated solely for the brewing. I kind of wish that I could change the food stocks up here to be only prepared meals and not just like raw food that you could eat, because that would be more, that would give me more information than just food. All right, one thing I could do now that a lot of the like temple prep is done is I'm gonna mine auto down in the cavern level. For gems. Actually, let's erase this, because some of what I highlighted was lignite, and I don't think we need fuels. Let's check. Was that bars of fuel? Yeah, I have 392 coke. Okay. Correct. So, dig gems only. Is there like a gems only auto? No, maybe not. And I'm just digging for export gems along our already mined out cavern. Gives our miner something to do and then gives our gem maker something to do, because I sold basically all of our gems last trade, and I'm sure I'm going to need a restock if I want to buy bulk anything. Okay, that's a lot of bills for ruby clusters and the like. And then, because I know I'm gonna forget, I'll set it back to all. This will fulfill some of the our need for uncut gems, because I think I was basically out. Set. What is it, rough? I had 16 rough gems. I bought lots of cloth. What for? Clothing. I haven't really been sourcing cloth all that effectively. So I bought like 200 something of it, and we've already used over half. And that's so that we can tailor up clothing. Because your citizens wear out their clothing quickly. And if you're not replacing the clothing, then they're upset that they're in tattered clothing. Much like Rimworld. So, if you take a look at their bedrooms, all of these X's, this little X, I know it's microscopic if you have small resolution, but these X's show that they're somewhat worn out. So all the clothing on the floor here are probably X'd up, meaning that it's like worn clothing. So basically, a lot of their clothing is worn out. Which is also why I've been building the cabinets, so that they just don't strip their clothing off and drop it on the floor everywhere. So like this shell cabinet, for instance, is for whoever lives in here, in this bedroom. But it's all of their like worn out clothing. And what I'm hoping to do, because like of all the clothing I checked, only this cave hood here is not worn. So basically they have need of fresh threads. So we're just trying to supply them fresh threads, which is the clothier job. Because naked dwarves are upset dwarves. Naked dwarves are furious dwarves. Naked dwarves are ones that like brawl and murder and go crazy and berserk. So I'm trying to avoid that scenario. Another steel shirt. And these temples are, I mean, I like might preemptively even make temples that they didn't ask for. Although I'd rather just have them petition, to be honest. Alright, stocks of rough gems. So cut gems is 19, and I know we need to boost that up if we want to like export. We could also potentially, and then rough is 41. Okay. We could potentially use non-economic stone for stuff like this too. So in the craft store's workshop, you can make like rock gems. And what I might want to do is I might want to pick a random non-economic stone that I'm not using, like the microcline. Let's just do this. And then infinitely make rock gems out of it until we run out. And then move into a new rock. Because most of my structures are made of shale. Now, with that said, in the Siege update, there is a difference of stone now, where I think heavier stones are better for defense. So like bauxite being 310 is better than probably shale at 225. And then siltstone is 250. So the weight of the stone that we build in now matters. So something like cinnabar, which is I think really heavy, is going to be a better non-economic stone to build fortifications out of. Granted, making your fortifications out of straight metal is probably the best, but something like jet at 132 is a really lightweight stone, so it's really inappropriate to make any defenses out of as a result. Was hoping to find cinnabar down here, but I pretty much... Oh yeah, here's cinnabar at 810. Cinnabar is like a super heavy stone. I don't know, I don't have them all memorized, but I know like some are just a lot heavier than others. With that said, I'm going to pick some of the lighter weight non-economic stones, like the microcline, and just like make a bunch of rock gems out of. Because I don't need to be collecting stones in a mine. That's silly. So here we go. Craft dwarves make large rock gems. Make it infinitely with no conditions, but only make it out of microcline. So they'll make 49 of those, and then I'll do another one here too. Craftsdorfs, rock gem. These don't sell for much, but they're free to make. They're just labor. And we'll make this one out of siltstone. So all the microcline and siltstone are just going to become cut gems in our craftsdorfs. Which means here in this other stone, we're going to want microcline and siltstone instead of slate. We can grab slate from elsewhere. Is an opportunity to train more crafters? I believe that's going to be a stone cutter, which we have 2 already working on it. Adamo, thank you for the resub. So yeah, it's possible that we'll train up some more, but this is mostly for like just trash collection, right? Because we have this overflow stockpile here, full of random stones, and I'm trying to like reduce the amount of random stones that we've collected, so that it's more manageable. The economic stones, like limestone or calcite, should be reserved for like pig iron and steel making. Same with chalk. Gypsum is like a powder stone. We could use it to other uses, because I have a lot more powder stone than I probably need. But the economic stone, the flux stone, should definitely be used for flux. Oh, another mood. A child. A possessed child. Your name is Onal. Here you are. You're playing make-believe in the clothier. I think. Is that the same name? No, that's a different Onal. Craftsdorf's workshop. There you are. And I don't know what you're grabbing. You're grabbing bones, leather, cloth, thread. Alright, well, we'll keep an eye on. This fort needs an exorcist? Yes. I keep getting possessions. Look at his eyes. He's got like black beady eyes. I mean, granted, most dwarves have like closed eyes or dark eyes, but whatever, you know. All these possessions. So drinks is still maybe struggle bussing a bit. The other thing I could do is a work order. I'm going to try something else. Drink plant, work order. Still. Drink plant, and these are at the bottom, and I'm just going to make them infinite as well to make sure that it's not like just a bill validation check. So here is what the little stone, the rock stones look like. They're not worth very much, but you can spam them cheaply, and I don't know who the hell wants them. Well, I guess IRL people do buy like essentially rock gems. I mean, things like tiger eye and, you know, quartz. They're rock gems. They're not like precious stones per se. So maybe I sort of get it. Sort of. Well, we've done about a quarter of the bedrooms-ish of furniture. And it's really tidy compared to this, right? This is just like random clothing all over the floor, and this is nice and tidy. So it's considerably more expensive, but I think it's worth it in the end. So you've collected... Wait, are you not gathering your own materials? I'm a little worried. This kid doesn't seem to be gathering any items. I don't see anything in this craft dwarf workshop. Are they gonna go crazy and die? Maybe? Anyone have thoughts on this, of why they're not collecting their own materials? I might not have bones, you're right. I have leather, but I don't think I have bones. Well, animals in my pasture? Who is getting slaughtered today? Let's... Anything stray is fair game? I know. I'm looking for a stray. Maybe a stray peahen? No, peahens, if I ever want to do egg laying, that would be useful. A reindeer bull. This guy. What's your animal? Actually, hold on. Any stray elves? Yeah, nothing like using some elf bone. That won't that's not creepy and cannibalistic. Not at all. How do I specify which animal? A new task. What's your animal? It's just like a random one? I could do it in a work order, I guess. Work order. What's your shop? What's your animal? Do once. Oh, well, what I'm trying to do is slaughter, not butcher. So, units, pet stock, Yeah, slaughtering and butchering are like different. Where's that reindeer? Here you are. You are gonna be slaughtered. Alright, we're gonna get your bone, kiddo. I'm killing a whole damn reindeer for you, bud. Hang in there. I think we are not able to... Actually, what is going on with the planters? Were they trying to put seeds into where seeds don't belong again? Probably. Okay. The slaughter stray rainbow is important. Come on, please do it, someone. Or the kid goes insane, you know, no pressure. Oh, there we go. So now we've got bones. And I can already see someone's running to go get them. Yep. The kid's getting them. Food. Yep, it was the bones. They probably tried to pick up the same barrel of seeds. Yeah, that's why I told them not to barrel it. Alright, there we go. Muttering. Matkan, yes. So a bunch of bones, cloth, and leather. And now the kid won't go crazy. Well, still might be a crazy kid, but like, at least the possessed mood won't kill him. Alright, the other thing I'm thinking of is how many barrels do we have? 15? Well, that's... I'm not thinking about barrels. I'm thinking about pots. Why aren't pots considered barrels in this subsection? I guess they're tools? Well, how's that? That's so confusing. Barrels are barrels, but pots are barrels that are also tools? Like, game. Why? Alright, we have plenty of empty pots. Just DF things, yeah. I'm not gonna try to understand it because it's gonna make me mad if I do. A human crossbowman might be petitioning soon. But yeah, the brew drink from plant, it's not like I'm out of pots. I've got plenty of pots. They're just not in the right spot. And despite my best efforts, we really haven't managed to put them in the right spot. So, we can use 99 barrels in here. I have 14, I guess. And then custom. This is for furniture. That is any stone of barrels? Any quality. Do I have a quality modifier on the other one? Maybe that's why it's not. Yeah, maybe that's it. Come on, move your pots, pals. Put the pots where they belong. So this is any stone of barrels that are of whatever quality. Alright, created Motkin, a reindeer bone short sword, claims it as an heirloom in the name of family ancestor Sigun Syrup Peddled. Other. So this won't belong to me. This is now bent, tired short sword. That is 2600 reindeer short sword that, like, I think is a private. It's not owned by me, in other words. It's Geshud Honormine's heirloom. Bent and tired, it's you? Yeah. But good news is it was not a child that went crazy. It was you just threw it in the overflow stockpile. Maybe what I'll do is put it in their bedroom. If it can be plinth. And that will be the last thing I do, possibly. So that was, Onal. Well, let's make the plinth first. Or just, yeah. Important. I still don't see the pots being stored. Must be doing it wrong. It's furniture of barrels that are made of stone of any quality, and somehow they're still not there. Oh no, there's one. Oh, it's getting fixed. Alright, the silver pedestal has been made. I should have a standing order for one pedestal? Probably. Alright, now we gotta figure out where the hell that kid lives. Places. Hell if I know? What was your name anyway? Onal, this kid. Oh, yeah, there you are. Crater of Matkin. Okay, furniture. Display. There? I still don't have it yet. I could have clicked the kid and gone to rooms, yeah, and shown them. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a way to do it. Bosch Cook Slaughter Strained or something or another wants, human crossbowman wants in. They are a competent crossbowman, and I do technically have a spot for him, so I'm going to have you guys decide. Do we approve this petition? Yay or nay? Up to you guys. Another thing is you had mentioned work orders. I'm going to metal forge, silver, oh god, what did I just click? No, not nickel silver chain. Metal forge. Silver pedestal. Make one. When pedestals are less than 2, 3, and bars are greater than 10. There. So now I'm automatically making a silver pedestal, which seems to be the standard thing that we put things on. You guys say deny. Bye-bye. Overwhelmingly, everyone was like, nah. Alright, and display new item. The mutt gun. Alright, kid. You made the sword, you get to keep it. And now, your bedroom. Still modest. How? Has it not calculated? Because, like, you've got an artifact in there now, pal. No, it's still modest. And it's probably just because it's small or whatever. But, the artifact is now owned by the kid, because, you know, he made it, he keeps it. And I think, friends, this is where I'm going to leave off for today, having, to recap real quick, spun up our second guild hall, made 2 dedicated temples with weird instruments included, continued to armor up the axe dwarves, where a lot of them are now sporting decent armor, finished making food for the tavern, and then had permanent residents come live in said tavern, and a whole lot more. So this is where I'm going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Radamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rudamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.